Hi, my name is Rosalyn. I'll be your Pilates instructor today for IMX. Sit in a comfortable position. I'm in crisscross applesauce, or if you're a yogi, you call it Sukhasana. If this doesn't feel comfortable, you can always extend one leg. You can extend the other, or you can even sit on your knees. You can sit on a block. Sit any way you feel comfortable and try to have your tallest spine. So I'm super tall here. I have a neutral spine, and I'll demo from the side for you. If you're in a posterior tilt, you're kind of slouching. The back of your spine is pushing out. Your lumbar spine is kind of pushing out, and you're collapsing it in the upper body. Try to come up nice and tall. Let your tailbone be in its natural form, slightly turned out. Open up through your clavicles without puffing out your chest. Try to cinch your ribs back together. And that's kind of good to practice all day, right? You can bring your Pilates practice with you when you're sitting at a desk, you're sitting at a table, you're even standing in line. I guess we're not standing in lines right now, but bring it with you every day. Let's start with a couple of opening breaths. Inhale, sweep your hands up to the sky. As you exhale, turn your palms face down towards your hips. Come all the way back down. Inhale, sweep your hands up. Exhale, big blowout. Find your Pilates breath now. Inhale through the nose. Exhale out the mouth. Again, turn the palms up, flip up. Exhale out the mouth. One more time. Inhale. Exhale. Relax your shoulders. Give yourself a couple shoulder rolls. Inhale as your shoulders come up. Exhale, press them down your back. Inhale as they come up. Exhale, press them down your back. Exhale, and one more. And just a lateral stretch. Let's take your right elbow down towards the ground. Just slight bending the elbow. Reach your left hand up and over. Maybe even look past the left bicep. But if you feel any discomfort, come up a little higher. And let's switch sides. That slight bend in the opposing elbow, the one that's going down towards the ground. Look past the bicep if possible. And release. Inhale as you find your length. Exhale, come back. Inhale, find your length. Notice how I'm trying to keep my hips down. So keep both of your hips down the whole time and come back to center. Let's go ahead, start on all fours. Take your hands underneath your shoulders, your knees underneath your hips. You can knead out through your hands and get a right placement, but you want to see that your wrists are right underneath your elbows, underneath your shoulders. Tailbone in neutral. You're not in cat, you're not in cow. Nice long spine, super tall through the top of your head. Take a look past your knees. If you can see your toes, hide your toes behind your knees so you can't see them. Let's take an inhale, let your belly drop down towards the ground. Open up through your clavicles. Your gaze can lift here, it doesn't have to. As you exhale, round your spine. Really press through your hands and through your knees, even through the tops of your shins and your feet. Inhale as your belly comes down towards the ground. Start to lengthen, maybe lift your gaze. As you exhale, round your spine. Move one vertebrae at a time. Inhale, lengthen, open up. Exhale, big round. You can try closing your eyes here, finding your movement and your breath together, syncing them up to be one. And that's the beauty of Pilates, is it's this beautiful dance, right? And also pay attention to what parts of your body are sticky and maybe need a little help stretching out. A little extra love in those places. Now let your cats and cows get smaller and smaller till eventually you're not in cat, you're not in cow, and you're coming back into your neutral spine. And now your neutral spine might look different than mine, and that's okay. Take an inhale. Let's come down with the belly, and as you exhale, round your spine, push your hips all the way down towards your heels. You can take your knees as wide as your mat. Walk your hands over to the left side of your mat, take your right hand onto your left, push your hips down to the right. Let your head be heavy and relaxed. You're opening up through the right hip, through the right ribs, and yeah, in the arm, but I also want you to feel this in the hip and in the ribs. It's not just the arms. You don't need to go way far over to the other side, just to the edge of your mat. Now walk your hands over to your right, take your hips down to the left. If possible, place your left hand on top of your right. And now release your hands in front of your shoulders distance. Shift your shoulders on top of your hands, shift your knees back underneath your hips. Now, I know this is not too crazy because we got some opening stretches, but we're going to start off with a push-up. Now this push-up's a little different. You want your hands only to be as wide as your shoulders, and the eye of your elbow, you want to externally rotate out. So try placing your hands down, turning the eye of the elbow out, and that way when you bend your elbows will come towards your ribs. If the eye of the elbow turns in, the elbows go out to this side. It's not good for your alignment, and it doesn't look that great, and really it can be dangerous. So we want to turn the eye of the elbow forward, press your shoulders back into their sockets, bend the elbows in towards your body. We're going to layer this on now. Find your tabletop. Shift your shoulders past your hands about 7 inches. Bend your elbows by the side of your body. Come up, come down. You'll notice this is not coming from your chest. It's coming from your triceps. Bend the elbows, and it's okay if you just bend the elbows 1 or 2 inches. Come down, come up. Come down, come up. My hips are low. All right, booty's not in the sky. Bring your hips down and low. Engage your core. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Press up and back into a child's pose. I'm actually feeling a little warm, so I'm going to take off my sweatshirt. You can do that at home. Now that we got some opening stretches in our first line of push-ups, let's do some more. Wrists underneath the shoulders, knees underneath your hips. Your knees are about 2 fist distance away. This is the space of your anterior superior iliac spine. Your hip bones, alignment is important, so we build our muscle correctly. Shift forward so your shoulders past your hands 7 inches. Push your frontal hip bones towards the ground, but not this, okay? No picture time like you're a mermaid. That can be fun, but we're not at the beach. Now let's come into a place where you're engaging your core. Your hips are a straight line. You're a straight line from your shoulders to your hips, out your knees. Now point your toes and squeeze your heels into your glutes. Shift forward, bend your elbows by the side of your body. If you're wearing a loose shirt, your elbows might touch your shirt, right? 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and hold on the 1. Chin off the chest for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Press up and back. Relax the wrists here. Good. Come back into your tabletop. This time your hands are going to go wider than your mat. Eye of the elbow turns in towards the other elbow. It's coming from your chest. It's your military push-up. The push-up that you learned in like grade school in PE. And a lot of times those two are mixed up. It's nice to know what you're doing, why you're doing it. We got some triceps. Now let's get our chest. Take your hands wider than your mat. Point your toes if possible. Engage your core, right? Hips are not too low, they're not too high. They're just right. Bend the elbows up to the side. Come from the chest. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Press down and back. Good. Slide your hands back towards your thighs. Give yourself a couple shoulder rolls. Right. Also, a little wrist roll, right? If you need to. Let's do another set of chest expansion, excuse me. Here we go. Hands wide. Let's take the toes up. Point your toes. Inhale to prep. Exhale, bend. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bend your elbows halfway. Hold it for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Down and back. Roll out the wrists again. Right? Any little shoulder stretch you need to do, do it. Okay. Now, we're coming into our diamond push-ups. Pointer and finger and thumb come together. You can take your hands wider. You can even go like really wide, almost as wide as your mat. The goal is closer together. The eye of the elbow turns in and your elbows go out to this side. And this one's gonna be tough. We're coming back into the triceps. You might not get down very low, but even if you're down ½ an inch, find that resistance and then push back up, right? It's not about speed. Take your time. So point your finger and thumb come together, chin off the chest, point your toes, squeeze your heels in towards your glutes, bend the elbows. In through the nose, out of the mouth. Engaging your core the whole time. Lead with your heart and not your head. Remember, your neck is an extension of your spine. You don't want your chin into your chest. 4, 3, 2, and bend the elbows. Hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Press down and back. Good. Slide your hands back towards your thighs. Give yourself a couple shoulder rolls. Now you're warm. Okay, let's switch it up. Sit on your glutes. Take your feet parallel. If you're tight in your hamstrings, you can stay here. Option to extend your legs. Sit into your neutral spine. Do a couple of posterior tilts and neutral spine. All right. When you over kind of extend, it's called an anterior tilt. If you can exaggerate and go through posterior into your neutral and then over tilt into an anterior, that can be nice. In some bodies, that won't feel nice. Do a few of these. Option to have the legs straight. Okay. Sit in your neutral spine, legs straight if possible. If not, your hamstrings are tight, soften the knees, no big deal. Or you can place a towel underneath your knees. Take your hands right out in front of you. Inhale to prepare. As you exhale, roll only halfway back. Stay here. Let's open the arms. 3, 2, and 1. Hands come back in front of your shoulders. C curve as you come up. At the very top, chin off the chest. Shoulders plug back into their sockets. Your tailbone is in neutral. Inhale at the top. Exhale, roll halfway back. Really tuck your pelvis. And now we're going to open the arms. 3. Yes, get it. 2. And 1. Hands come right in front of the shoulders. Find your C curve as you roll up. And tall spine, neutral lumbar spine at the top. Inhale. Exhale, tuck the pelvis. Roll halfway back. Stay in that curve. Let's open your arms. Here we go. 3, 2. In through the nose, out the mouth. And 1. Hands come back in front of your shoulders. C curve up. Chin off the chest, the top. Inhale. Exhale, C curve. Take your time. Take your time. We're going all the way down. Vertebrae by vertebrae, all the way down. I'll even out for you here. At the bottom, bend your knees. Let your knees go to the right. Let them go to the left. This is your windshield wiper. can be a nice myofascia release on your low back and in the hips. If you gotten tight in your psoas, you can feel nice here too. When we do our core work, a lot of the times we'll get tight in the hips. We're gonna come into your single leg stretch because I really like to. I love the single leg stretch. Bring your right knee in. When your right knee is in, your right hand goes towards your ankle. Your left hand stays up higher. A lot of times people will do this backwards and they'll end up pulling their knee out of alignment. Right hand lower when the right knee is in, left hand higher. When your left knee is in, your left hand is lower, right hand higher. Try not to bob, no bobbing. It can look kind of crazy, but it also can be dangerous. Don't be dangerous. Try to come into a nice curl. Let's bring your right knee in, right hand lower. Find your deepest curl, right? You're lifting your shoulders off the ground as much as you can. You're really pulling in your belly button towards your spine. Now we're gonna pull the knee in towards us twice. Point your toes. 1, 2, inhale as you switch. 1, 2, inhale as you switch. Exhale, exhale, quick inhale through the nose. Exhale twice through the mouth, inhale through the nose. Now I'm breathing big for you, just by example, but if I could hear you through this camera right now, I would want to hear all of you breathing like that. Exhale, exhale, quick inhale. And imagine I put a glass of water on your head, and I was like, do not spill that water, right? Don't let your head move. Don't let your shoulders lose their place. 4, 4, 3, 3, 2, 2, 1, and 1. Come down. Come into those windshield wipers. Deserved, well-deserved windshield wipers. Now, before, I'm not so sure we deserved them, but now that we're working hard, we totally deserve them. Okay, you ready? Here we go. Find your curl. Lift your shoulders, neck, and head. Bring your right knee in, right hand lower, left hand higher. Point your toes, no sloppy toes, guys. Here we go. Pull, pull, switch. 8, 8, 7, 7, 6, 6, 5, 5, 4, 4, 3, 3, 2, 2, 1, and 1. Relax back. Windshield wipers. Okay, so for our last set for single leg stretch, you can come into the variation we just did with your knees bent or straight leg, right? Extend your right leg, point both toes. Use your leg to find that deep curl and then try to hold that curl the whole time. Pull, pull, inhale through the nose, exhale, inhale through the nose, exhale, inhale, pull, pull, switch, pull, pull, switch. Now if you're like, my back doesn't like this, you come back into the knee. Pull, pull, switch. 8, 8, 7, 7, 6, 6, 5, 5, 4, 4, 3, 3, 2, 2, 1, and 1. Awesome. Come back into your windshield wipers. Take your arms out into a T. Let your knees come up nice and high. Inhale. As you exhale, let your knees go to the right. Your gaze goes to your left. The higher your knees, the deeper your twist. If possible, extend your left leg, reach for your left foot in your right hand. Look to the left. One more deep breath. Exhale, release the leg. Bring in one knee at a time. Find that massage on the way in. Right. Inhale, swaying the knees back to center. As you exhale, knees go to the left, gaze goes to the right. Watch out for your right shoulder. Is it lifting way off the ground, or do you feel any tension around your ears or neck? If you feel uncomfortable, you can add a pillow underneath the knees. You don't have to bring your knees all the way down to the ground. Find your true practice, and it's gonna look different than mine. If you can, you wanna go for it, try extending your right leg, reaching for it in your left hand, while your gaze stays to the right. 2 deep breaths. Your gaze can actually be anywhere that feels best for you. Good. Release your hold of your right foot. Bend your right knee. Bring your right knee in at once, and then your left knee in second. Bring both your knees into your